Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. Instead of studying this time around, we are going to be playing a little bit. And we do this by ideally playing PLO 20 right now. Well, actually a PLO 20 table on Run It Once is just starting, so let's switch to PLO 10. And add some more PLO 20s on party, I guess. Although not going to be fast forward, just going to pick the regular tables. Okay. And here we are. Actually, on the second bullet in the bounty builder, the first one I lost with top set against the river flush. Although I probably should have folded on the river. We weren't all in by then. Oh, well. King 10 deuce, huh? Fold it to another raise. Fair enough. Alrighty. Don't think we defend there. Let's see. Hell is that? So big blind versus small blind. We had the ace 7-4-4. Pocket fours with an ace and a 7. That's a combo that actually gets raised folded. Ace 6, ace 8, ace 5. All of these would be calls. Bit more connectivity. For some reason, the solver would raise the a7-4-4 or exact hand, but I don't think it matters much. Some randomizing going on there from the solver. Basically, I would expect. Pair right now, huh? All right. Calls and I guess that's a bit to our shot on value, not much though. I mean, we blocked the straight, we blocked the flush. There's certainly not a spot where we're going to continue bluffing. Well, we're actually good. We made a pretty wide call there on the turn. Okay. We sort of get min-raised here. All right. No joy, and certainly not much joy here right now. But on table 1 up there, we flop a top pair. 3 ways. See if we can protect our hand a little bit. And we do take it down. No. Nah, but we can't stand the seat. So that's a fine fold. Get aces on the cash game table down there. Yeah, sounds actually good to me. Nope. And, kind of funky. So we check the flop, let's bet now. Sounds good to me. Alright, not much going on for us currently. There's going to be one more KO. There's only 2 tournaments I'm playing today, the 22 KO and the 1650 KO on Stars. And that'll do. Not the board I was looking for with single suited aces here. At least the flop he's looking for. Queen Jack at 8. It's close. I think I'll let it be. I vaguely remember having checked out his hand in the past. Let's see what we found out last time. Yeah, it's actually correct. So I knew there was something up with this one. The Queen 10 gets played, the Queen Jack, the gap between... I guess the solver doesn't like the gap between the Jack and the 8s in that case. So, but yeah, good fold. Min raise down here. That's just funky stuff, man. Still not the hand. Suited to the 7, the 2 gaps in between, I don't think. Even for, you know, the min raise, I don't think so. Probably relatively close. Always a safe thing to say in PLO. It's pretty close. Yeah, so the 109s I was playing, I saw the Action 4 got cancelled. They're not in the sketch anymore. However, on Friday and on Sunday, we were playing the Scoop 109 events. Friday is a KO, I believe, and Sunday is the main event. And sold Action for that. Today put up a package. I was surprised that it's all been sold out already. Basically. I think there's some left in the 109 package. Somebody opted to, like, I think Weasel wanted to buy like the remaining percent, but he was like, if somebody else wants to buy a few percent, then that's cool. I'll hold off until then. Langfire, good to see you. What is up indeed? Well, on my end, things are going pretty well, I would say. Even though, that reminds me, I was just gonna... Hang on. That's one of the reasons I'm doing so well is, of course, the new kitten in my life, Lily. I don't know if you've seen her yet, Langfire. Probably not. And I was just checking to see if she was sitting in front of the door there, maybe. How are the games lately? So the last 10 days or so, I really haven't played much. Before then, the games were pretty lit. What with Corona and everybody staying at home, poker had like a mini boom there for a while. And I played a lot of tournaments in that time, which were soft as hell as well, which is true, I think, pretty much always in PLO tournaments. So the games are good. I think the games are pretty good. Case in point, I don't know if they're good, but there are 85 entries at PLO 50 right now in round ones. That's rather impressive. Plus another 50 at PLO 10. Only PLO 20 struggling, where we just table started this one table here. Happy to check. Yeah, so how's life on your end, man? I hope all is well, and you and yours are all doing fine and are healthy. That certainly is true on my end. Okay. Leads. These four are very weird sizing. This is a strange bet, if you ask me. It's an interesting turn. Gives us a double gutter and a nut flush draw. Also makes my voice go higher, apparently. Two pair in the end. That's a weird line, man. Weird moves and weird sizings. So in the second bullet in the KO, not many spots came our way yet. We do cover one person on this table, actually two. Barely, but we do cover him. Noted for future reference. Top pair and absolutely no backup. Two pair in the end down there. Doubtful 4 ways that's enough against 12 whole cards, but it's not impossible, I guess. I actually do take it down. Neat. Ace is on the cash game table down there, table 5. And a board that's good enough. It's pretty snappy cold call there. He leads, really. Okay. Doing good. Happy to hear it, man. Sounds good. And here, 4 ways. Yeah, we can do. Not a spot we're gonna go broken. Think about playing a little PLO on run at once. If you're playing, like, what stakes are you? I'm gonna put this in the chat so you don't need to wait for the delay. Because PLO 50, the pools seem to relatively tight, I've heard earlier from a Ruklas who was currently playing. But ever since then, you know, it doubled in size, so. But PLO 10 should be pretty good. Or is always pretty excellent on run at once. PLO 20 is so as well for the most part. Certainly was in the last weeks. And you were just going to call down. Well, let's see. If he pots now, he puts us in a weird spot. No, that's, I think we're just going to call. No frills here. And, okay. I think that's pretty close. Perfect. Yeah, PLO, I was asking because of the quality of the games on round ones, and PLO 10 is certainly excellent. So, yeah, go for it. Pair, open-ender, enter, flush draw, ace-high board, and a 3-bet pot. I think we bet if he raises, we get it in here. That is not a good turn. Lose it against queens, I guess. Or even an ace. That'll work too, my friend. 7. That's a wide defend against the 3-bet. What was that? Yeah, technically you're supposed to let it go against the 3-bet pre, but fair enough, man. The 1650 is starting up as well. How do I do this? Maybe I'll move this one over here so we have it in the 4-table view. Hey, perfect plan. Build a roll and run it once while getting better at PLO. Sounds good, man. Sounds very good indeed. I'm still on the same path, my friend. Did a study stream earlier today to help what with the getting better and everything. And looking to do plenty more in the future. What did he lead with there? Did he have 2 pair in that hand? And 6, yeah, okay. 6 on the gutter. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Big things are happening in the KO, apparently. Riverbread, hey! That's awesome of you to say. Thank you very much. Cheers, man. I have to say the last hour of the mix is nothing special at all. But the first 3 hours, we're okay. And I'm glad you liked them, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we are of a similar age, because that's the times that music reminds me of as well. And that's also why it's the kind of music I enjoy mixing a lot. We turned a set, lost 2. What did the other guy have? Hang on. We turned a set, and this guy, jeez, caught him with just aces. Wow. Even more wow got there on the river. Sheesh. Yeah, cheers, man. I do have a lot of new music in my collection as well now, but my vinyl collection is like, some records are 25 years old at this point. I reckon close. Yeah, probably. And there's some really real gems in there. And for the new music I'm looking for, it's gotten hard, man. I like trance music, for example, but a lot of I hate most trance. I don't hate, but I don't like most trance. I like trance music in general. Most tracks, though, I'm like, this should be different. So, for example, a lot of modern trance music has absolutely awesome intros, absolutely awesome outros. Just the middle part, the main part, makes you go like, oh no, don't do it like this, man. This could be so much better. Yeah, so it's gotten tough. Like minimal and acid stuff there, I can find good music easily, like new good music easily. When it comes to trance, which is one of my favorite genres, like 1 out of, I don't know, 20 tracks I like. Not necessarily enough to have it in my collection, but at least I like it a bit. Get raised here. No, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna tank there for a while and then call. You know, if he has us on a 9, then whatever. Okay, we split it up. That's cool. I agree, man. The Rakeback deal on Run It Once is super sweet, so I definitely would recommend it as a site to grind the roll up on for sure. So sweet turn down there, and an easy 3-bet up here. More cold calling from the out of position player or the sandwich player. Took it down there with the raise on the other table. Such a nice hand, not a great board. So you can flop really deceptive stuff with a hand like this. Svarku! Good to see you, mate. How's it going? Yeah, heads up, I would definitely c-bet here, 3-ways, don't see the point. Maybe we see, there's some good turns to be seen. 7 of clubs, something like that. Queen, not too shabby. Make it straight, huh? Also have this going on where I raise pre. The top pair block. This guy leads out. Interesting. All right, we do take it down here with the river straight. That's excellent. That's not a good turn. Okay, this guy has no short. That's excellent news. Just too wide here. I don't need to complete, I think. I guess it's not a big deal. This guy limped and, you know, we had the option to complete. Yeah, it's probably all right. Not a big deal either way. Yeah, boss, that's one of the things I think as well in these spots. Also, there are one or two certain instruments, certain samples, or certain synthesizer sounds, I guess, that I really don't like in trance. At least I rarely do. And so that's a sample that's ubiquitous these days that you can hear everywhere. And yeah, that poses certain problems for me. Pod Measure, welcome back. Good to see you, sir. We're playing mainly cash games and 2 KO tournaments. The 22 Big Bounty actually in for a second bullet here. And then we have this one. The 1650 bounty. And that's all the tournaments. I know, Swaku, I know. Microgaming closing is horrible, man. Yeah, I understand that point of view, Swaku, and I actually do understand it very well, saying I would rather build a bankroll on sites where I can take long-term notes from my opponents. I don't mind I got used to the anonymity and stuff on round ones. And no huts, you know, that's fine. But long-term notes, I'd be all for that, personally. Because in my mind, it's a part of poker, you know, if you walk into a poker room, you gotta remember shit about this guy with the cowboy hat, about the dude who's always sipping a martini or whatever, you know, the details you put together and you file in your brain. And that's where huts came in online for me, because I'm Riverbread. Holy hell. Derating my thoughts rather successfully there. Thank you very much, Riverbread, for busting out 500 bits. Jesus. Thank you, man. Yeah, very much appreciated. Cheers. So you certainly derailed me. I don't know where I was, but the general sense of what I was trying to say is long-term notes, I wouldn't mind. I know that would kind of it would defeat the concept of anonymity, but yeah, before that. It's part of poker, having a history with your opponents. Holy hell, Riverbread. Thanks again. That was wholly unexpected. Top 2 with a heart and a queen. Also a 3. That's pretty sweet, actually. So check raising has the issue that we block all the hands we want somebody to bet, right? So let's lead out ourselves. Nope, that's a good turn. Got a pretty snappy call, I believe. Check up on it here. Let's just call. Pretty good turn. Yeah, we got called by a 10 deuce. Oh, shit. That'll teach you to play the Doyle Bronson in PLO. No, I hope it doesn't. Appreciate the pot. Ace is into 1650 bounty. And in the other bounty, I'm not a short stack on the table. Don't cover anyone right now. Ooh, now that's nice. We do cover you, my friend. That is nice. Hold it for the bounty. First, go all in, and then let's hold it for the bounty. That's nice if he folds as well, don't get me wrong. Take those 11 BB. Queens. That's a good flop here. No, wait, what? No, what the fuck was that? Oh, brother, that was brutal. On the flop, I saw like a 97.5%. He got runner, full house. Jeez. Okay, that doesn't faze me at all. Bounces off me like water bounces off a thing that water bounces off of. The joys of PLO. Sheesh. We flopped the wheel too. Just realizing that he makes queens. It fills up in the end. Jesus Christ, man. So, yeah, sure, we're going with this. Not gonna fire a second bullet in this one. Actually, I might. We'll just call, do a shove it in. Let's shove, see, maybe we get lucky and this guy re-ISOs getting to heads up. Don't think the chances are super slick, super big for it, but seeing that we have a short stack, we can get this down to heads up, that would be fine. That plays okay three ways as well. Okay, let's go for the triple up here. We have a pair, that's a good start. Two backdoor flush draws. Jogoulet or Jogolette. Not sure if I should Frenchify the pronunciation there. Thank you very much for the follow. That I'm sure about. Appreciate it. Okay. 0% in the end, huh? Because it wasn't our day. Great. That was a bit ridiculous. Hey, thank you very much for the good luck wishes as well there. Appreciate it. That's pretty neat. So I 3-bet here. Wouldn't always do this, but this time I decided to. Here we were a flush. The second nut flush to be exact. And here, turn the nut flush draw as well. He folds. That's good. More chips in the 22 KO. And down here, flush rivers. We have the king of hearts. We could be, yeah, I'm just gonna check fold here. Wow. Okay, well, okay, I guess. Not sure about calling the 3-bet pre, but that's his thing. 9 rolling off. We could have the best hand. All right. Yeah, nothing to add there, Sparku. I completely agree with all of that, yeah. Jugulette. Yeah, that was something else, man, that turn. That was something else. Variance, they say. Yeah, I mean, how good is 97.5% really, if you get right down to it? That's nice. No backup, just a naked pair here on this kind of board. Letting it go relatively happily, I guess. Tournaments are currently on break. Let's actually move the cash game tables over in the meantime, open up another one. We can probably start trying to start a new PLO 20 table on runner ones as well for later. So Jugolet is probably not. I lived in Saint Adele for 2 years. So I spent 2 years in Quebec. Very, very nice place. Loved Canada. Get raised here. Against this stack. Could just get it in. Yeah, I think we get it in with the top pair, block to straight draws, and the second nut flush draw. I think that's alright. Snappy re-raise, huh? Ooh. Hello. Hello. Ooh. Say hello there as well. Ilaria, welcome back. Good to see you, mate. Started off, this guy limped, I completed, then this guy raised to a buck, and here we are. Better to call. Okay. This is weird, man. That's a strange spot. Spots like this don't happen all that often. Okay. Yeah. Still, I maintain this was a strange spot. Gift for him, I mean. Nice hand with the nuts. Oh. Hello. Now, I am not sure if I'm supposed to call here. Let's check it out. No, but basically, so ace 7, 6, 4, and 3, all of these get called. Ace deuce with the 5s, double suited does not, but yeah, that's not a big deal. Turn the set, huh? All right. They always have it when they pot it, huh? Which begs the question, why don't I learn? That's a flush draw, some full house outs. I feel I want to see a turn. Okay, tournaments are back. Let's move them back over. Yeah, Canada was. I lived for a year in the US, which was interesting. It's a nice country. They have a nice scenery. Whereas Canada, on the whole, is a place I could see myself hanging my hat in forever. Matter of fact, I was fairly far along in the whole process of getting my permanent residency until something changed in my life, and I reconsidered and didn't end up going through with it. Still planning on taking a shot at PLO 50? Yes. To that end, I started doing the study streams today, yet again. Also, I want to be more comfortable in my game in certain spots before moving up, playing for 2.5 times the buy-in. Especially since I already took 2 shots and neither went my way. The second one I ran really, really bad in, but I also didn't play as well as I would have liked to, so... yeah, right? That was really strange. I was fairly certain that the initial better, once you bet like 1/4 or whatever on the turn, didn't have it. The other guy was the question mark, but I could see him have a set, just calling, or 2 pair, or a straight, or whatever, something along those lines. Actually, this one we checked out yesterday. I think it needs to be a Jack 7 to become playable, potentially even better than that. Let me double check. Was it a Jack 7 under the gun? Or was it a Jack 8? Yeah, the Jack 8. Jack 8 7-6 and Jack 8 6-5. Egbert, good to see you, sir. And on a PLO 25 cash game table, you get aces and 3s. You flop a flush draw, overcard on the board. Very much like to see a turn. I'm gonna keep checking relatively quickly. Interesting. Might just be good here. Here, a min raise. And now we get to repop it, which is quite nice. Now he bets. Now he bets the pot. Yeah, okay, I'll just believe him. And that's one of the better boards to shove it in on. Maybe I'll just go small on this one, actually. This is such a decent board for us. Wouldn't mind not losing this guy. With the shot, huh? Yeah, back to the old 180-second delay there, Egbert. So frontal and backdoor flush draw, 3-ways, don't see the point in c-betting. Especially not against the ranges involved. So we have gutter to the nuts, front door, 9 high flush draw, backdoor queen high flush draw. Means we're not folding. Okay. For a small bet, maybe get a call from a set or a straight. That'd be super. I'll be stumped if I get raised. Nice. No joy on any of these hands, on any of these flops. This guy leads it again. Seen that before from him. Fair enough. Wait, what did this guy show up with? What's your name? Knullebink. Okay, never mind, that's fair. This guy defended doubles to the trash and the big blind didn't work out for him. It's an iffy spot for him. One you could easily avoid by folding pre as the meme goes. This guy was sitting on a huge stack earlier, as in 400 BB, huge. It's now gotten relatively short. Not terribly surprised. Having paid a little bit of attention to his play and the hands he showed up with. But that'd be a sweet bounty to secure at some point. First, we need a hand. I haven't played for the leaderboard yet, at least not really. I'm still not quite sure if it's a good proposition for me. Because I get this huge amount of rake back on run at once. Of course, on fast forward on party, I could get a much higher volume. So yeah, there's some things to consider. So now I never went for the leaderboard yet. I have some friends who did at PLO 25, PLO 50, and they were telling me that they thought that that's the only profit you're gonna make after this week is the leaderboard money. Like with the rake on party being what it is apparently pretty tough to make a profit in the fast forward Zoom pools. I don't know myself. That's what I heard. Secondhand information, so take it for what it take it as such. So I mostly stick to a similar schedule. My schedule changes a little bit every week, but yeah, I mostly stick to the same times. At least the last 4 to 6 weeks, I really got into MTTs, so I was playing a whole bunch of PLO MTTs there for a while, and now we're getting back to more cash game specific or centric streams, I guess. It's on the back of my mind though, the leaderboard. I'm not completely done with the idea. Maybe I'll take a run at it at some point. Yeah, have to do more. Have to think more about it, I guess. Yeah, Legends Killer right on the money. Yeah, you have to. That's exactly right. If you want to have one of the top 5 spots, or even aiming for the top, then you need to. That's all you get to do for 7 days, playing the leaderboard. Bunch of nets. Yeah, sometimes myself, I'm guilty as charged. Oh, I hope. No pressure, Chiching, huh? No pressure. I guess you booked it without the cancel option. That would have cost like $2.99 more. Nah, I don't need it. Got faith, man. Yeah, no pressure. Exactly, of us. Good to see you back, Chiching. Huge shout out to you. And check her out if you want to see one of the nicest people on Twitch play the 2-card version of Omaha. Playing a lot of tournaments on her channel. Keeps having deep runs, Chiching. Had another very nice run yesterday. Where did you finish? I had it up on the screen. I was lurking a bit. You finished in like 40th or 30th in the 550 KO, which has I don't know how many thousand runners every day. You tell me, Chiching. Really, this is the best hand we've had in one of the KOs in a while. Yeah, grind it is, Shugule. Grind it is. Not folding here, although it's a bit of uncomfortable sizing. Get a hand in the 22 bounty. Yeah, I guess we let it be. be good for the stream. Take a shot at it for a week. It might be, although those streams would be a little bit different. I don't think I get to talk much during those streams because I would have to play like 6 tables, I reckon. But it would spice things up for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go for the bluff in here. Get back to that. Let's see how this bluff works out. We do get a call by the King 5, 2 pair with the 10 blocker there on this table. Also a hard blocker. Nice call, man. All right. Sure. Wait. Did I just re-enter this? I hope I didn't. No, I don't think I did. All right. Leaves us the 1650 bounty. We have a nut flush draw. Make that a nut flush. And apparently a new PLO 20 table on runner 1 soon as well. Cool. Yeah, that's the difference. For PLO, I think this is quite a bit more difficult than for no limit hold'em. Just way fewer things to keep track of in no limit. Pretty nice run out. Cool. $2.6 thousand players. There you have it. Ended up around 50-ish. It's not bad at all. 2 pair could go either way. With the backdoor flush, actually, I could just pot it here or lead it for close to pot. That's not a good run out. Right. Oh, hello. That's a pretty awesome turn. PLO is fun, yet it has that going for it. Ooh, this could be fun as well. Here we take it down. The Method Man, what you gonna do, Method Man? Next to fold, I'll take it. Here, tournament check. Here we opened, and that's a pretty decent board, I'd say. Did we take this one down there? On table 4? No, the other gentleman did have a 9-high flush, okay. Brother. Closing the action, let's see, what are the bounties? Cover him, cover him, cover him. I guess so. In the meanwhile, there has been a pot sneaking up on us here. I bet the turn, actually. Let me see if that was my chair or if that's Lily meowing. Here, naturally landing at B. Yes, it was the chair. We get aces in the KO, double suited with a jack and a 4. That is pretty sweet. Thought about maybe getting weird here, but I don't think that's the way to go. As in just calling. This guy has a decent 3-bet percentage. Maybe he goes for it. Doesn't though. That'll do, man. That'll do. Question is, do we, if check does, do we pot? Do we bet 3/4? That'll work for me. So we're pretty much breaking even across the board. Except for the tournament buy-ins. Ace king 7-8 and a KO. And return ace, huh? Interesting, also with the king high blocker. And check folding this river. Not check folding, just either folding if he bets or checking. River 2 pair, okay. Okay. Nope. Oh, I forgot about that one. That's the reason I had stars up. So there's some sort of free roll I keep getting tickets for on stars. 7,000 added in bounties. It's a pure bounty tournament. No payouts posted yet, so we'll see. But could be funky. And it is no limit. That's the one I'm talking about. I have a bunch of tickets, and now today I finally get to play some of them. Or one of them at least. I think can I play two? Let's see. Yeah, next one is tomorrow. Langfire assumed it. Hang on. Okay. Hang on, just a few spots. Don't see much you get value from here. So, in my opinion, do I have to adjust drastically from solver super low stakes considering that Tate players are in some spots? In some spots, yeah, like there are spots that are hugely underbluffed in PLO in the micros for sure. For as one example, so yeah, the solver study should be a baseline, I believe, pretty much always. So we just gamble it up here. Let's see, what are the payouts? Everybody doesn't actually say, does it? Yeah, screw it. There's no limit. Let's gamble it up here. The no limit experts among you are probably just shaking their hand in disgust at this point. I know the ace queen is not the best. is what it is. Ooh. 75%. Make it 100. That's a good stack. And we have some bounties. So what's the minimum bounty here? It doesn't show in the client, huh? So everybody has like a 15, 20 cent bounty. Okay, so that's tiny. We'll figure it out. Again, with the min raising this dude. It's pretty close. We could also just let this, you know what, for 5 cents more. It's fine. Yeah, for 25 cents more. Oh, sorry about timing out there. Timing out all over the place apparently, because I was kind of wrapped up in my own thoughts there for a moment. Oh, this free roll is working out nicely. It's pretty fine as well. Go with bet now. Get down there. And unfortunately here, not only do you get 2 colors, we get a iffy-ish river, so check folding on that one. And the guy had like a wrap or an open ender and a flush draw and got there. Fair enough. And we took it down apparently. Yeah, so there seem to be some bugs. So this tournament has had almost 17,500 entries. And it's a bounty only tournament, like $7,000 in bounties have been added. So it gives every player what, 40-ish cents in bounties, I guess. So around 20 we can earn from each, yeah. So we knocked out 3 players there, got 16 bounties, sounds about right for the starting bounty. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's just gonna be something that happens on the side. I thought there was a bit more value in them in that tournament. Yeah. On the other hand, the 7K at a free roll is not that bad. Better narrow the field a little bit up here. For what it's worth, I think checking is the better way here on this board. On this turn. this happening as well, where we have the nut flush draw. All right. You know what? In the micro switch is going to be a lot of shoving in this small tournament. Which says Jack. Good start. Yeah, 20-cent bounty is the standard bounty. Well, fair enough. Ooh, what is going on here? Rainbow board, I should have checked there. Ooh, aces, that's good. What's going on the other tables? The min-raising table, man, this guy's freaking me out. Not having it. Just gonna, yeah, I finally get to use them up. I thought, as I said, I thought there was a bit more value in them. But yeah, let's meet at the final table then, I guess. I guess that's probably going to be worth it, no matter how you turn it. Final table's always nice. All right, hang on. There are a few spots here. Sure. Yeah, I know ace-10 is not the hand to do it with, but this guy has been pretty bonkers. I think he's been shoving a lot. Not meant to be. Right, but this is the spot that currently captures all my attention. I think with the backdoor flush draw, it's pretty gambly. But I'm gonna gamble here. Really hoping Winston doesn't tag along anymore. Be sweet if he finds a fold. Well, good thing that Winston didn't fold, I guess. Also, on an unrelated note, Shazam! Nice! That was pretty good. Ilaria, yeah, sorry. Last Friday, I wasn't here to see the results. It's not that I don't believe you, but I sent out to make it easier. Right now, I don't know the official results of the last tournament, right? Because I wasn't here on Friday. And I sent a message to Stars that they, if they please, could send me the final results, final 5 of that day. And yeah, then I'll make the payouts. Just so it's easier on me. Otherwise, I have a piece of paper here saying you got paid, and then it gets messy. Don't worry. The money's gonna be on its way as soon as I hear back from Stars. And good job on taking second place, man. Well done. PLO courses you've been part of. You've got somebody recommended the Mastermind earlier, and I wholeheartedly agree. The Mastermind is an absolutely wonderful program. Highly recommend it. Don't have an affiliation deal with them. They're just kind enough to give it to me for free. I guess I should mention that, not to brag, but so you know where I'm coming from. You could call me biased. In a certain sense, you would be right. But even objectively speaking, trying to be as attractive as I can, highly recommend the PLO Mastermind. Hang on. Yeah, highly recommend the mastermind. The content goes very is easily digestible. I love the format. I think they explain it really, really well. Be Jane Anders, be one of their other coaches. It's a very nice structured program. I keep hearing very good things about Run It Once Elite as well. Although I hear that structure-wise, like it's a little bit harder to find the content you're looking for on Run It Once training. And I haven't had any personal experience with the training content there yet. As soon as I do, I can give you a more qualified opinion about them. Although I have no doubt that it will be excellent. It is the training site Phil Galfond is involved in, after all. Yeah, go with the mastermind, go with Run It Once training would be my two recommendations. Neither of which are really cheap, but in a way, I guess that's sort of a good thing. Because, I think like €20, like very good €20 PLO courses would not be good for the ecosystem. And on the other hand, the mastermind is $100 a month. That is not too outrageous for the amount of content they offer. And I think Rio Elite is pretty much the same. Screenshot was not GTO. I suspect it wasn't. Yeah, the AS10, I know that one was a bit punty. But I also assume in the free roll, everybody's going to be shoving pretty wide. Still, the AS10 doesn't, objectively speaking, doesn't make the cut, nowhere near. Don't know that much about No Limit Hold'em, but on that part, I certainly hear you. All right, more PLO 20 on Runner Once then. Yeah, I know the language barrier, Ilaria. Ooh, good thing I didn't time out here. Let's shove it this time. Of course, Ilaria, of course. Decent enough. Open internet flush draw. Completely breaking out on that one, huh? So pair, gutter, and backdoor flush draw on a hard blocker. Would like to see a turn, basically. Is the approach. All the pairs here, huh? Even more pairs for me. Here we take it down. Here. We get called by a weaker ace, never know. Yeah, I was the short version, to repeat the short version, Juggle, if you were on the phone. Bad timing. Would be that go with the mastermind. Yeah, it's excellent value. I love the format. I love how the coaches explain things. It works very well for me personally. I keep hearing good things about round one's training, but I don't have any first-hand experience with it yet. But it's Phil Gaffon's training site, so you're bound not to make a mistake buying into that either. For that one, I actually do have an affiliate link, in case you care. But I would still, on my first-hand knowledge, based on that, I would still go with the mastermind. I think the structure is a little bit easier to find the content you're looking for. Yeah. You also get the bucket tool, which is a training tool, tool you can use to have it quiz yourself in whatever spots you want to set up for free right now in the mastermind as well. Oh, I don't need to see that here, but what's done is done. Yeah, I had a feeling we're gonna get caught pretty light there, which we did. I'm gonna turn this one into a bluff, I feel. Blocking the top full house just seems like a good one. And over here, we're 3-bet a cutoff limp. It's like a C, but we take it down with the raise there on the Jack-Jack run out. Cool. That's an awesome thing to say, Laria. I wouldn't mind, man. I wouldn't mind. And I actually did hear that it's quite a beautiful place, Ukraine. My dad spent some time there during GDR times, like on work-related travels, I believe. the bounty debt in the tournament has whooping $5.87. Starting bounties for 20 cents, and this tournament has been going on for 20 minutes. Sheesh. The hell did you manage that? Must be nice. And once the tournament break starts, I'm going to take a short break myself as well. Hey, let me know how you like it. And I so far never had anyone come back and say, "Oh man, that was disappointing. I wish I hadn't spent that money." So yeah, let me know how you like it. Cool. Okay. All right. So here, this guy's one is at risk. Let's see. Yeah. Playing for a bounty with a double suited ace jack. Sounds okay enough. Even though this guy is pretty nitty, probably gonna have something. But we have 100% on the turn. And a bounty. And some chips. And a Shazam. A lot of things to have in one hand. Neat. All right. Looks as if the break is starting, so I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll put on the break screen. And yeah, thanks for keeping me some company, guys. Be back in a few moments. Wait, hang on. Did we... What made a profit? We made a profit on run. So we're breaking even in the cash games, by the way, basically. Pretty much exactly. Anywho, back in a few. All right. Oh, it's a good board. Hey, you know what? I could be trapping here as well. Never mind, I take it back. I want to check. Okay, do get a call in that case. Betting seems to be the way forward. Very soon, not only playing no limit tour tournaments. I wouldn't hold my breath in that case. Yeah, I got a ticket for this. And I thought it was a bit more valuable, that ticket, but now I'm in it. We are playing a 1650 bounty here. And also gonna add more cash game tables again. And I'm gonna have to entertain Lily a little bit on the side. Yeah, you got that right. Doesn't help that I don't really care about this tournament at all. Here, I care that we take it down. Take those 3 BB. Hmm. See if we can win this by sheer aggression. There's a min-raise part where I call closing the action. I think that's a decent approach. 1 BB more in the big blind. Gentleman has been tight. So I'm actually a bit worried. With the back on nut flush draw though, I think we at least want to see a turn. That's an interesting one to see. I think we're good. I think we are good. Does the ace queen really play it like this? Or the ace 8? I don't know, man. Do you? I guess the flash plays it like that. Fair enough. Yeah, no limit punting confirmed. Oh, there's a bounty. You know what? We could fuck it. We're gonna go after the bounty. This guy comes along, sure, we'll just beat both of you. Yeah, we're live. Aww. Don't care. What do they say in English? Couldn't care less. Do have the middle set. I do care about that. I actually tend to believe him. Put him on a straight. Oh. We get double suited kings in the booty. Oh, hello. Oh, MFG, welcome back. Good to see you. We also have a hand with aces here and more kings here. So plenty of things going on right now. The aces I'm just going to check a little to protect against. A quick check back, bet a turn. These take it down. Here we get a raise. Fair enough, man. You have it. 50-50. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, the humanity. You tried, OMFG, you tried. But the good luck wishes didn't come in time. Appreciate them nevertheless, though. Two-card PLO, yeah, free roll ticket. Keep getting a bunch of these, and I wanted to check them out finally. It's a free roll where it's actually kind of interesting. It's the prize pool is completely in bounties. Everybody starts with like 40-cent bounty or something. 20 you take down if you knock somebody out. And that's it. It's 7k added in bounties in a hyper or turbo, super turbo format, something like that. So as if Lily might be content with just sitting around chasing the mouse pointer across the screen, I guess. The best game, glaringly obvious. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on your personal definition of best, I guess. That's all right then. Nobody wants the bounty? Oh, you're really short as well. Sure. Sure. The short second, 9-8 deuce deuce. Oh, I'm just gonna call that. Why not? All right, let's punt ourselves a little bit. Go with it with the ace queen here. Take it down, apparently. Small field on here for cash game, 300 table. Yeah, that's how they start. 300. There are 20 entries. There are 1 or 2 full tables. I just can't get a seat right now. So if you table start, it pretty much always starts at 300. Sometimes there's a bug where you start heads up. Oh, yeah, sure. Well, that's a good start. 90% make the, I think I'm liking No Limit more. Actually have my hands hold here. Okay, that one didn't hold. That one got lucky. Small distinction. These guys sitting out and the limper I called. Flop obviously pretty sweet. Well. Here we go. Here we are again. I also get aces twice on the PLO tables. One of them takes it down pre. Here we do flop an ace. Here we get it in with the ace 10. Oh, you know, some justice there. That we got unlucky. I guess in the grand scheme of things, can't be mad about that. And still leaves us with an almost 70 BB stack there. The no limit tournament. Also some more aces up here. Bugger, no more tournaments. Well, this one, but that one doesn't really count. And down here, this guy is just tanking forever. Actually ended up checking. Got a check call, I reckon. Did have a jack, okay. It's climbing, man. 22 now. That's like 10% more. But almost, 40 at PLO 200, interestingly enough. So that's pretty cool. You're still at it. Top set versus, ooh, turned jacks, oof. Also he had the backup, he had the flush draw, so sad spot for Valerie there. Naked-ish top set. We block the nut flush draw. We block a flush draw a bit. Could be one for the check call. Let's do that. Not many easy turns in the deck here. This certainly ain't one of them. All right. Never too happy to have to give up on the top set, but I like this line. Yeah, what maybe that's maybe I was turned around 180 degrees without backup. Maybe it's more of a check, right? Nah. Yeah. I believe it's alright. To get a decent Broadway hand here. Yeah, should have gone with either check or 3/4. Sounds a bit better. He's asking a very good question. On the whole, I think it's really close. Okay, that is certainly helping. Turning the nuts, but also a king and 8 would have been pretty sweet. Also pretty sweet. Down. Let me see, fault. All right. Oh, and there we go with another full PLO 20 table on round once. Mouse. It's a good view to have when playing poker. Tough for my opponents to tilt me. Lily. Really tough. Max, hey. Good to see you, man. Cheers to the good lucks. Happily take them. Appreciate it, mate. Nice seeing you back here. Batch, the stream is going reasonably well, yeah. Right now it's going reasonably well. Tournaments were a bit of a downer here and there. But, you know, that's tournaments for you. No, I was pretty good. Yeah, very glad you enjoyed the study stream. Looking forward to having more of these in the near future. Albeit not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll take a day off. Even though I had plenty of days off recently, tomorrow I need the day for something else. But yeah, I was planning on doing another study stream on Friday. The quads, I can make them twice, I guess. The nuts, we hold them. Don't we just... Sure, I think that's a super exciting match. I haven't been able to watch too much of it. But I like that they're playing way faster, and it's action-packed, man, from what I've seen. Wait, this is a fold versus a 3-bet, got sidetracked there. My bad. Yeah, it's a good match. It's a great entertainment. Yeah, didn't get to pay too much attention to it. I commentated on it once that they actually managed to pay attention to some hands. But I, for 2 other days, I was modding it up, and when I'm modding it up there, it's very little time to actually take in the hands. So even though I'm there for hours and hours, and then after 5 hours, I'm like, wait, what kind of hands did they play? I have no clue, man. And yeah, but from what little I've seen, it seems to be rather exciting. It certainly is the best thing for, I guess, quote unquote, televised poker that happened in ages. Yeah, Max saying got a pretty solid game, but sometimes I'm folding way too mega tight, and I cannot help but totally agree with you. For that, yeah, I agree. And which is why more study streams are coming this month, and I'm also gonna, like, now that the big tournament packages are all over, have all played out, I am actually gonna stream less for the rest of the month and hit the lab on my own time, like not this week, but starting next week, I think. And try to get rid of some of these things. Oh, we gained some short-term value here. And apparently that is enough too. That is awesome. Yeah, so I appreciate the first part and cannot help but totally agree with the second part, man. Something I very much would like to get a handle on. Well, how about that run out? It's good, it's good. I take it. I could push or I could check. On the whole, I think I'm gonna go with the check. Here, this guy's still in the tank. Get called on table 1, take it down. That's not quite the card I was hoping for. We could lead it. Actually, we could lead it with the Jack of Diamonds. Probably our greatest chance to win this one. Because he's going to bluff missed hearts or missed draws quite a bit. And value bet the strong hands. It's a bit close. Like, he's probably not betting ace 10 anymore or anything like that. And we don't have any hearts, so this makes it a bit closer than I initially thought. And I was just going to click this fold button right away. Yeah, that's coming and going, huh? Didn't even need to flush. Yeah, the major downside of calling there, I guess, is that the SPR is so super low that the incentive for him to actually go ahead and bluff goes down quite a bit. So there's that. Oh, hello. And there's this as well. Yeesh. Let it go if we get raised. Easy peasy. This is a crazy song from stuff from each other. You call bluff. Oh, from both of them. Bluff pretty sick. Yeah. Oh man. That's not the half of it. Some stuff where it just go like, really? That's the thing you get to do in heads up PLO? What the fuck? And many of these what the fuck moments translate to situations where I'm always reasonably certain that you should not be trying this at home. This is something that works against very skilled opponents and it's probably gonna go not too well on the micros. Oh, that's nice. Sixes, I'm just gonna jam here. There's some bigger stacks, but I mean, technically, I know this is a bit too large to jam, but honestly, I don't really care that much about this free roll here. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like at around like 20 to 18 to 17 BB, this becomes a shove pre. I would assume. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, sure. That'll work for me. Got the 60-cent bounty. Are you rolling it up, huh? Cool. Take it though. Two pair in the wrap now. Here, okay, this one I can let go. Come on, 3 for the no. Yeah, we're going with this. And here, well, we're not folding. Yeah, that's still a lot of money left to play for. All right, let's not get too hasty. Took it down with the 2 pair on table 1. Here we turn pretty excellent. Gonna lead this one too. Although if you were to ask me what kind of bluffs I have, then I would have to say that's a very valid question. Don't get to improve our hand here. That's a pity, man. So many outs on a turn. And he shoves and we need to let go there. And here I think checking is okay. Yep, you got it, man. For free, yeah. I think the putting for free in capitals really is what changes this message from spam to being relatively successful at what it's trying to do. I reckon. It's not working for me, but good job on the capitalization there, sir. Let's see. Coast BGA, goodbye. Can get it for free, man. For free. Whatever it was he was selling, apparently I could have gotten it for free. Just not much of a businessman if I don't take people up on those offers. Two pair peers and a flush blocker. Kind of interesting. Got a better two with the king of diamonds. And take it out. So with the 9 blocker and a very decent splash, I limped in, he raised, I called, I bet the turn, gotta bet the river, checking turns. If check to us, otherwise give up. Looks like we're looking at option B. All right. I think taking a shot at it on the flop with 1 euro added is certainly fine. Pretty strong. So let's go for the bet fold here, I reckon. Cool. I'd say in total around 150 entries at PLO and run at once. That's pretty neat. Also, no limit seems to be going well. 27 entries at no limit 20. No, no limit 50. Pretty solid. Oh, interesting. just make a deep run on this one. That would be kind of hilarious. Got a backdoor flush draw over cards. That is fine. And so is this with the bottom set. What's the deal here? We raised it up under the gun. Okay, let's see that. Guess to that heat we kind of need to fold. Now it's nice to have the jacks as well in there. Protecting us quite a bit against the turned nuts. Ace king is good, man. Call, 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 call. Okay, this is the funkiest now. What the fuck is that? Is he making a soul read and has kings or turn tens and just knows he's good? Or what the hell is going on here? I'm not going to be able to lay this one down. This is just too weird a line. Is it really trappy ace queen? Queen jack here, really? Let's find out. Wow. Wow, you don't see that line very often at all, man. Sheesh. The fuck was that? Yeah, the bankroll requirements for having 100% of yourself in one of these challenges have to be insane. Like we're talking a couple of million at the very least. Yeah, true that. That is insane. I like PLO 50 better. Don't have such a good action game. I don't know, a better action game, I guess, what you're saying, than that. Yeah. I certainly like it better as well, as in it's something I could actually afford, as opposed to, what is it, PLO 20k? Just nuts. Pairing the board. Oh, where's pairing the board? But unless he has kings, like the... Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. That's the whole point of us calling on the flop. Okay. Alright, I guess we're going with it. Flatted ace is here. Let's see what comes of it. That looks like it was good for us. Yeah, good for us then. Yeah, I'll just call down here. Opens the king 654 a rainbow on the button, huh? So back to flush draw, open ender here. Make that a pair. Nothing too exciting. Really. Two pair in the end. All right. Ace queen and yeah, 13 BB, just shoving it here, pretty easy peasy. Even for no limit noobs such as me. We made a few bucks here. We made like, I don't know, where can we see? Question where can I see the amount of bounties that I collected? This is 5, we're flipping. Right now we're okay, dead on this turn. I was gonna say we're more than 90% ahead. And how the fuck do I see how much I took home? It's not much either way, but still I'd be interested. I don't know. Like $2 or something like that. Better than nothing. Do make the straight. Kind of funky. Conceivably could turn it into a bluff now, but we have showdown value. Let's not. Cool. They always have them in the pot river, yeah. They really do, man. Not there yet for PLO 20k. Not quite yet. Not. I'm still turning over couch cushions in search of some loose change. No, did we just get a walk with aces and tens here? All right. Batch, it really depends on the amount of volume I put in. I get streamer level 3, so that's essentially 100% rake back. They were very kind and were kind enough to give me streamer level 3. Yeah, I've been part of the streamer thing is the whole reason why I'm here. Quite frankly, it is the reason why I started streaming. I read about it and I was like, oh, sweet, I need like 2 viewers a day and I get 50% extra rake back. Sure. Sign me up, man. And yeah, that's how I got here. So very much part of it, and they have been very kind. Streamer level 3 is pretty hard to reach, and I couldn't get there naturally just yet, even though the huge run at once rates in the past have helped. But they've been very kind, giving me streamer level 3 anyway. And just really nice of them. And yeah, so as such, I get 100% rake back. which in the last 2 months, I guess, didn't come to that much monetary, to that much money, since I was doing a lot of tournaments during that time. Somebody staked me for the challenge. I would probably have to talk to these people and first of all scold them on their sense of investing money. No, but kidding aside, I would ask them, like my approach would be to ask them to like throw in another 5K or 10K and give me some decent coaching. That's pretty much how I would approach it. And then I would look at it as a free roll, basically. I wouldn't, try to punt or anything. I would try to make me and the backer or backers happy. But I think there would be a mutual understanding at that point that the deck would be literally, well, not literally, but figuratively stacked against me, as in Phil is tough to beat. If the likes of Venvidi and Action Free can do it right now, then I'm not sure I would pose much of a problem. So yeah, I would invest in some serious coaching leading up to it. And I would shut everything out of my life except for Lily and spend my day playing PLO, heads up PLO, and studying heads up PLO. That'd be my approach. Let me know if you get ready to pull the trigger, Jugule. That's a good question, though. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to add. That would be my approach for now. My approach here is to flop the nuts, apparently. Come, Johnny Wayne. Never easy in PLO board pairing. Still gonna go for the bet. Maybe check the river. Hoping he doesn't bet himself. He doesn't, and we're just good. Good. I like to be good. It's iffy. We block everything that missed quite hard, but on the other hand, no showdown value. Down here, closing the action. Sure thing. Flop a gutter, little else. Any chance of making profit at the end of it? At the end of the challenge? It's non-zero. It's better than playing the lottery. 5% maybe? With luck and if it's a short challenge, not giving Phil too much time to adjust to somebody who clearly doesn't know what he's doing, maybe 7%, 8% of me making a profit. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think the chances are relatively low. That'd be for the ages, man, though. That was to happen if somebody would stake me and I would actually win. This would be completely insane. Play crazy aggressive, tight aggressive nitty. As a default, probably loose-ish aggressive because it is PLO. I mean, knitting it up too much is not the way to go, it seems. So crazy certainly isn't the way to go, I feel, especially not with somebody else's money. So I'd say loose aggressive. I would do my best, basically. Fun to think about, kind of a fun scenario. Right over here. Oh, never mind. It's easy. We have a pair of sevens. I misremembered my hand. Thought I had queens. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd go. I try to go for a loose aggro style, as in my mind befits heads up PLO. So in a splash pod, any point in squeezing? I don't think so. I think it's normally a squeeze, single suited. Interesting spot coming up here. Two gutter and a diamond blocker. Diamond blockers kind of need to have. Gives us a double gutter as well. Jack or 8. Sorry, Jack or 7 for the win here, I guess. A rather helpful turn here. It's a pretty nice run out. Let me take it down. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Might actually be a tiny bit too thin to go for value there. Mini challenge like Jungleman. Yeah, there I have a realistic chance. As long as the lower the volume, the higher the luck factor is, I guess. The more of a chance I would have. Yeah, something like Jungleman, that would be ideal. Play him for a day before he can adjust to a noob. To a noob with coaching, with some coaching at that point, I guess. Mm. Yeah, give this a shot. Picked the wrong time, huh? Wrong day to stop sniffing glue, I guess. All right. Let's look for redemption with aces down here. I think we're supposed to go with it a lot here, right? We do have a pair from the board. That part is kind of nice. Yeah. Let's do this. Woo. Awesome. Phew. Here, let's see a turn. Yeah, 750 hands. 750 hands, I would stand a chance, I would say. A relatively reasonable one. Maybe up to 15, 20%, maybe a bit more. Because over 750 hands, luck plays a big factor. So this guy's driving up the rake. Wow, didn't he get lucky? Not sure about the turn call in his shoes, but fair enough. Switch to PLO, 25 tables on the stars here. We got a fun guy sitting to our left, a very active player. Top two backdoor flushes. Here we took it down with the 3-bet, by the way, on table 1. So no blockers to the straights, but right now, very likely the best hand. So potting it sounds alright. Fair enough, man. Ace is down here. That wake you up, Lily? Always nice to get played back at in these spots. To Pernian, you say? Is he gonna do it? That would be Superman. Right. Gonna call here. Nice. That worked out well. Not a spot where I want to trap and I block my own out so heavily. And don't block any of the continuation ranges, none of the draws. It's never easy in PLO, is it? Don't raise it, man, don't raise it. All right. King Jack 10-5 from the shorty, huh? Yep, feels GTO, man. Not complaining though. That's fine. Best hand one, I guess. Falling here. Oh, wow. More bottom set goodness, huh? Certainly cuts down on the amount of pocket kings he has. Oh. We're good. I think we are good. Good. Maybe some like low connected stuff, I guess. No. Ace 8-6-6. Yeah. Fair enough. In a very decent splash, we got a decent-ish hand for extra big blinds in the middle. More min raising going on. In a smaller splash, we get an even more decent hand, I'd say. Yeah, we don't lose anyone if we raise. Not gonna get it down to heads up very much at all. Turn a gutter. Funniest card in the deck for sure. It's pretty close. Tight big blind. Yeah, maybe give it a shot. Checking 100% of our range, small blind versus big blind, as we've seen today in the study stream. Gutter, net flush blocker. Not too hard about it, but let's give it a shot. So check it now. Did we make the gutter? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, sure. Could still check raise if we want. We want to turn it back into a bluff, but turns out we don't need to. Sweet. And this guy called with? He turned a set of queens, so, well, fair enough, I guess. Here we have the 7, we have the king of diamonds. Pretty alright. Maybe I even want to c-bet here. What's up, Lily? And flop trips. Take it down. Love the club, hate the ace. Alright, alright, alright. I think we might have lost it on a turn. I mean, maybe not. Oof. What the hell? Oh, so you had a flush draw, I see. Speaking of flush draws, we have the flush draw and the open-ended straight flush version. Could be fun. Aces times 2. That's the 8 in our hand. Alright. The other aces took it down pre. I want to continue in any card. The 4 probably makes that cut. mean, train of thought here is like, why bet pot if you really have any form of it here? I don't know if this is a punt, but I choose not to believe. I want to get snapped. What a fate we so far avoided. Did have it. And went for the pot. Yeah, not something you see too often. Interesting. Seen a few funky lines today. They certainly worked against me, man. I have to give them that. And the poker fool, yeah, right on time. Let's make some money. Well, not in that hand, I guess. But I'm all for it. Personally, I'm doing pretty fine. And the play has gone all right as well. I guess after this one, now we're down like 1.5 buy-ins or something. And some tournaments that we busted at 22 and a $16. But yeah, not too shabby all in all. Had a study stream. Finally managed to have a study stream today, which was rather useful to me as well. Pretty reasonable flop. More aces. Wow, aces everywhere. Pretty sweet ones down here. And these take it out. We got these going on, and dem ace is coming up as well. Certainly not the worst board. Slow roll. Yeah, seemed like it, right? Yeah, actually it was kind of. You're right. Ooh. Nice enough turn. Especially holding a queen. Jimmy decides to lead. Doesn't lead it for pot, however. Pretty good. Elects to fold in the end, so we'll never know what he had. That's really small. In that case, I'm probably going to stick around, see a turn. Like the flush draw gutter. Set outs. Pretty sweet board down there. And that's nice. We river that set. Gonna go for it as well. On the king spot, I took it down and I shouldn't have bet. That would have been an excellent spot to trap. We had the gutter, we had the second nut flush draw top set. And as such, also had pretty much all the hands blocked that we want him to have that he can call with. Turn to 4 and a flush draw down here. Could be a thing. Yeah, we're actually down less than a buy-in, like half a buy-in. Well, that's not too shabby at all for now. Oh, hello. I guess we're not invited anymore. Too bad. The fuck? Another poker fool? What? Oh, PLO 100. Okay. 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 A 1-4-way all in pot for 450. Please tell me that you took it down. How did it go for you, man? Pretty reasonable board here down here as well. It's also a pretty decent run out. Get the call, that's absolutely wonderful. Here, the flush rolls off in the end, also puts a straight out there. You have the king of hearts. Made the straight, unfortunately. A 4-way all in is pretty wild, yeah. Agreed. Doesn't happen that often at PLO 20 for that matter. PLO 10 you see it quite a bit. But then again, you see a lot of crazy stuff at PLO 10. What kind of hands did peeps show up with in a 4-way all in? Was it reasonable or were there punters among them? Probably the latter, right? For a 4-way all in to happen. Must be some punting going on. Lily just continues to hang out here. That's the view I have when I look down. Not too bad. And she's, you know, I should count myself lucky. She's leaving me some room on my mouse pad here. So there's that. Yeah, it had me freaked out, positively freaked out, Pokefool, when I first saw the $450 at PLO 10. A very, very nice splash, but man, are we ill-equipped to deal with this. Yeah. Nice. The nut flush on the turn with double suited aces. Congratulations, Pokeful. That's a good one to win. Nice. Some justice in the world left now. When double suited aces are able to take it down 4 ways. Way to go, man. What time is it? Maybe another half hour or something. Tomorrow I'll take the day off. I'll be back on Friday. Well, some more happening tonight as well, but I'll be back on Friday with most likely a study stream, and in the evening we're gonna have the home game, and we're gonna have a $109 scoop KO. That'll be fun, and another scoop on Sunday. Just saw the action for. Apparently, it's pretty much all sold out. If you're interested in buying some action, the Scoop 109, I think Weasel was looking to buy everything that was left, but he was very kind and said if anyone else wants to have a sweat, then is gonna hold off and gonna wait for 24 hours. So he's gonna wait for a while. If somebody else wants action, then he's just gonna take whatever other people don't take, basically. Yeah, must be nice to have the double suited aces hold. You're going to the right fortune teller, my man. You have a good shaman or shaman. Me, I'm still looking for a good one. Okay. Top 2 versus me with aces, not flush draws, steal a guy with short stack. Oh, trip kings, okay, versus top 2. It also sounds a bit like so the money went in post, and it was a bit like a setup spot for these guys. Well, for everybody, actually. The trip kings were certainly looking pretty good on the flop, I guess. Good on you to hold, man. Congrats. Nice. We can't make it double suited, but at least we give him some aces. Come on, Ricky, do it. No. I can send BB. Let's raise it up. All right. Yeah, exactly. This is sick setup, man. Top 2 versus top set, or I guess top set then now. And the random short stack mixed in as well. Into 9-8. Probably all right. I mean, if it's not a huge deal either way, but let's check up on it nevertheless. No, yeah, actually, yeah, it is. Never mind. So, what's the deal here? Deal is apparent and nut flush draw. Something to work with for sure. Pretty good. Over here, top pair and a gutter, kind of interesting. Hmm. Whew, okay. Oh, so you moved up to chase the losses, huh? Glad. I hope it worked out. Judging by that one hand it has, so that's one hand, but I hope it worked out overall, man. It's a dicey approach. Okay. We're gonna see a flop. Make it a good one for an $15, $14 pot. Not quite, man. Not quite. I think God's trying to tell you something. It might be. If you moved up because you were tilted, then maybe it's a sign. It might be. No. Nah, but still, like, what can we do? Bottom set and a gutter here. Single raise pot. It's called, that's a nice value bet. Oh, quads. Quads help. Quads help. Bunch of other interesting spots. We 3-bet here. We raised a bunch of limpers here. Turned it nut straight. Easy peasy. And everybody keeps checking. Suits me fine. The 3-bet here takes it down. And here we flop amazing. 4 change in a splash pot. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's the other explanation, Jubilee. Maybe it is. Maybe you're only playing PLO 10 and I play PLO 100. Keeps correcting. Nah. Would be a well done bluff though. So the 3, I mean, gives us the open ender, gives us the flush draw. I think I'm still gonna bet here, holding that 4. Yeah. quads again. Will work for me, man. Will work for me. What does Lady call with? 7-4-4-6. What was that on the flop? It was a gutter. Yeah, serves you right. More SETI goodness. All right. Gonna raise it up here. We have backup. We have the open ender as well. Get down here. It's quite amazing. And with that, we are probably in profit for the day. Oh. Oh, shown the wrong table. Sorry. That's the one I meant to jump back to. Yeah. Hey, good dear. It worked out, man. And I'll take the rivet nuts then. Did we get a call here? I believe we did. Yeah, we did by 6s. Oh, shit. I mean, I guess he saved some money. Interesting, he didn't just go with it on the flop. Good for him. Not even kidding. Well done, man. Ah, yeah, damn it. Here, should have c-bet. Good flop for c-betting. Oh, that's also a good flop for just getting it, I guess. Honestly, bluff doesn't make much sense to me, but hopefully it makes sense to him. And we have no showdown value. Whew. All right. Cold call from the left corner here from Poker Grinder. Higher get itchy. Yeah, I understand. Also, it takes a while to get used to playing a higher stake. At least it does for me every time. Like, get itchy. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I guess. That's how I feel in the beginning of moving up every single time. Straight. No, the other thing, the one with the pretty colors. A flush, that's the word. Wow, just clean, huh? The nut staying nutty here. Absolutely nutty. So I'm gonna tank for quite a long time. Let's see. Try to sell a missed bluff here, basically. Sometimes I would even check it, but not with 2 spades in my hand. Actually, nah. Do it, man. Call us. Do it. Do it now. Would make it a nice $100 pot going our way, man. Versus top 2 and some blockers there. That was excellent. Oh, that helps. Ooh. How about that? $100 going away. Very nice turn. Gives us some extra redraws as well. Or redraw. Yeah, I thought I was making a superb thin value bet. I was. It just wasn't my value I was betting for. Make a straight and you end up here. Actually, D straight. Yeah, 10, 15. Yeah. Interesting. Did you play that high? Wow. Sheesh. Yeah, with that, we're definitely firmly in profit for today. Good. Oh, the party poker is refusing to tell me how much. At least this my game thingy seems to be lagging. The fuck? Oh well. No biggie. Really purring happily to herself. So I have a double gutter, I have a flush draw. For this sizing, sure, let's call it. Actually, I have the second nuts, I'm just realizing. Pretty good. That helps as well, getting called. Yeah, we're up quite a bit, even though my game is not showing it correctly at all. I'm not quite sure what we started the day with on party, but I think we might be up like 100 euros there. Probably even more, because the tournament. What did I play on party? I played 2 bullets and 22. Yeah, there's $44 that I also spend on tournaments, so all is well is the short version. That's excellent indeed. Cheers, Jubilee. So we could raise it here. Like if I have hands that I want to raise as a sort of bluff, this one is very much a semi-bluff right now. I'd make the cut. Because it blows if you get raised again, but Herr Tund, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much. That was a good one. We get called here, so how do we proceed? Well, see, I think we check for now. Like the pot is too large. We can't bluff here right now, I think. Good now. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. Yeah. Should have just given up. Get a bit too adventurous in these spots sometimes. On the flop, I feel it's totally fine. Just regular cash tables, I find them to be way softer than fast forward. Sometimes I do get the itch and play fast forward. It's actually, the pool isn't terrible to play in up to PLO 25. I've heard very mixed things at best for the higher stakes, PLO 50 and up. Not PLO 50 and PLO 1. I think only PLO 50 and PLO 100 actually. Didn't hear too many good things about that fast forward pool. Top two, you say, easy to lose this? Oh, not anymore. Oh, shit, an idiot. Wow. She was crushing us, man. He had a set of 9s and a jack. We hit a 1-outer. I don't know if he had any other outs, if he could have made a backdoor straights or something. Let's see. Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, like a 7-8, I think, could have given us a straight. Yeah, that's about it. Backdoor straight or the 1-outer. Sheesh. Oh, that's nice. So actually 3-bet pre. I think it's alright. Make 2 pair here in the end. Also suits me just fine. Cool. Phew. Oh, more aces. Good stuff. We're gonna sing raise pot. We keep a lid on things and go for pot control. Start off with a check. Nine, not the greatest card. Oh, we still take it on. Wow. It's a miracle and a half right there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Right. Go for the check raise here with top 2. And here, so I raised, and even though I'm not suited there, I think I can call, I definitely can call it a 3-bet with this hand specifically. Perfect connectivity. And not folding the turn. Here, well, let's hope this turn wasn't good for you. Good. Fold it. Just fold it. You suck, man. That's a nice development here in this hand. Get caught by tens, really? Oh, a deuce. Okay. I guess we got lucky then on the turn. The other thing on the river. Neat. Take it. kings over here. Well, not too exciting, but ace is down here. I'm not... I don't even know if I'm supposed to defend these. I have doubts. I evaporate in the face of a flop like this, but still. Let's check this out. Ace take it down pre. Get a call. Still take it on, that's quite excellent. King 9-4 it was, I believe. Rainbow. Yeah, it doesn't get defended. Even though I did it wrong, at least I looked it up, I guess. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. I'll actually call down here. I think this is a lot of missed flush. I hope it's a missed straight draw. Come on, make me look like a genius. Nice! It's confirmed. Whew, that's a good look. Yeah, he bet the flop, check the turn on the ace. So we're not up against the set. Guess the jack 7, something like that would be possible, but yeah. Hang on. Ooh, sure. Let's make quads for the 4th time today. That's fine. That's totally cool. This time we get some action. And we got an interesting spot here as well. In the splash part where I think I'm going for it. We have enough backup. If we get raised, we can call and hope to make something even better. Instead, we take it down with it, a nice splash. Like 2 pair. Actually 3 pair. Didn't even see the other one initially. That's alright by me, man. Goes for the pot, huh? You're right, another poker fool, they always have it when they pot it on the river. Jubilee, how do you work correctly through those? Well, first of all, you do 3-bet them quite a bit. And like the jack high rundown or 10 high rundown, you can even 4-bet. So I think you're on the right path there. Yeah, those are exactly the hands that you can use to balance your 3-betting range to make it not so aces heavy. And also, like, one takeaway I had from the mastermind was that the good rundowns with one gap in between in them, they tend to get 3-bet more. Whereas I was watching a tournament video recently about a KO tournament. I don't think it was mastermind. It doesn't matter. It was PLO content. And so, like, there were bounties in play and stuff, and so that guy, Alien Slayer, I believe it was, on Round 1's training, got to talk, and he was saying, you know, with the perfect rundown, I would call here, try to get the other guy, the big blind, involved, so he covered him for a bounty as well, so we could play versus him for a bounty on the right flop and stack him. And whereas with a 1-gap rundown, he would have chosen to 3-bet. So the very strongest tend to do a bit nicer multi-bay. And for that reason can sometimes just be called, but yeah, I think you got the right idea there. Cold calling the 2 pair here seems fine. The flop, however, does not. Let's not lose it against kings, man. I have a feeling we will. No, we take it. How the hell is that possible? The fuck? More balance from quads in my situation. Yeah, right. That's tough to do because I keep getting them. I'm not sure how to balance my quad range here right now. Yeah, so they're just general. I don't think there's. It's Deltits bringing over his viewers. That is very kind of you, Deltits. Huge shout out to you in a moment. Well, actually, huge shout out to you right now. Deltits is another PLO streamer. Man, we are legion recently. Plenty of us around. It's a joy to see. If you need more PLO in your life, and who doesn't, give Deltits a follow. He's a good guy. How did your session go, my friend? Hope you had a good one. And to everyone who came over with the raid, welcome to the channel. My name is NutRaisin, and I do this on a full-time basis. I stream and play the micro stakes PLO. Currently PLO 20, my main cash game, and tournaments are a bit higher stakes sometimes because I tend to selection for them, allowing me to play a bit higher. Yeah, I stream and play on a full-time basis. Welcome, everyone. Even though the session is soon winding down as well, another 10 minutes or so. But yeah, appreciate having you over. Tomorrow I'll take the day off, but normally I'm here like at least 5 days a week. If you want, we do study streams quite a bit during the week. If you check the schedule underneath the video here on the Twitch page, and you see an afternoon stream scheduled, then chances are really high that this is going to be a study stream. And I either use the bucket tool or visions. It's interactive. You can put in your numbers and they get counted and everything. So they tend to be fun. They tend to be rather educational, which is why I do them, because I need to learn more shit. Unbelief. Thank you for believing long enough to click that follow button. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've had a decent session. The tournaments we busted in meh fashion. The tournaments we played, two $22 KOs, a 1650 KO. All PLO, of course. And the cash games. And the cash games, we're up a few binds. Like 3, 4. Interesting one. C-bet, I think we get to C-bet there. Get a call. It's an interesting turn card. How deep are we? Not very, unfortunately. But with what I'm repping here, I think I do want to bet again. It really sucks if you get raised, man. Thank the Lord. I'm just gonna check behind. This is getting a bit too weird. Here, a nice splash, and we have a top pair. Are we? Oh shit, we're deep against a whole bunch of peeps. Well, then let's not jam it in just yet for 2 buy-ins. Could get dicey. If either of these guys puts in significant money, we need to let it be. It's the long and the short of it, even though it's a nice pot. Maybe we would have little choice in that case. Okay. Yeah, just calling seems perfectly all right. The fuck is going on? Yeah, I'm gonna lose it if this guy raises it now. No, no. Wow. All right. All right. We had a great time watching your stream when you called. We had a great time watching your stream when you called the Ace King Jack when you had the 10 high flush on the Ace 10 XXX with 3 diamonds. Don't remember anymore. But I'm glad to have provided some entertainment, man. So, make 2 paired on here. Guess we're going with it. Cool. Very cool. Ended up break even. Bankroll at 850-ish. Good session. Not too bad, man. There's plenty of days in the year where I wish I would be breaking even. So, cool. Happy to hear it. Got our flush draw. Not much going on. If it's a pair, I'd be much happier. So if he pots it, I was going to say if he pots it, he's asking a pretty impossible question. I think the answer is no for pot. But aces and kings never always looks pretty. Taylor pondering something here? That'd be amazing. I could just ship it. Yeah. Don't see this guy call. Ugh. That's a problem. Deuce, sure, the deuce 4 just fills up there. Why the hell not? Nice hand. Fun guy, the Tyler. You sleep tight, my friend. Deltas. Good night. Therapy. Pod Masher, day 2 is today. I forgot, man. Congratulations for reaching day 2 in the first place. So how much have you cashed right now? What's the deal? Give us more details. I'm gonna send you all the run good officially in a couple of minutes because I'm gonna have to end the stream for the night in a few moments. So yeah, sending all the run good then, man, my friend. All right. pretty superior river. We catch a middle set here as well. Get back to that in a moment. Take it down, sadly don't get caught. And here I'm just gonna shove, I think. Works for me. Looks like the ships are going your way when you say these words. Except for the one pot there. But yeah. Wait, what words were those? I need to take note, man. Give me the exact words. I might need them in the future. That's pretty nice. Could lead fold as well. The guy had a pair and a lower flush. Oh, nice. I know who to raid too. Guaranteed 450. Not bad. Not bad. But want the 54K for first? Yeah. Yeah, I second that. That's what I would want too. Good luck, man. You're getting rather close. So we are deep here, right? Let's not go too crazy. Not the worst turn, for sure. She's nervous. What the fuck? Yeah, I understand, man. I understand. Yeah, you'll get less nervous as the minutes and the hours go by. Trust me. It'll seem more and more normal. And being nervous is a good thing. It keeps you alert. It keeps you from making stupid mistakes. So it's a good thing. Okay, the PLO 20 tables seem to be winding down as well. I think this might be a good point in time. Jugule, hey, thank you very much for the follow, man. And see you around. Greetings to Quebec. Thanks for being here and for watching for this long. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's a good point in time. I think we're gonna call it a night as well in 1 or 2 minutes. And let's head over to Jammy C's channel, who is playing more PLO. Likewise on Run At Once, and who's a good bloke. Like me some Jammy. Well, just a middle pair, backdoor flush draw for pot. Okay. Sorry I even asked. So still a pretty successful day, all in all, in the cash games. We're up a bunch. Even deducting the tournament, so all is well. Yeah, tomorrow my day off. And on Friday back with ideally a study stream, at least that's how I plan it. And certainly a tournament and cash game stream and home game stream in the evening. Starting at 7 p.m. Including the 109 scoop. And I think an $11 scoop, both of them KOs, I believe. Which always gets me excited. Love me some KO. And we're hitting some flops with aces. Or hands containing an ace, at least. Sheesh. Nothing too exciting here. This might get exciting here. In a splash pot, I just limped. A splash of 3BB, I think that's perfectly fine. Turn the second nuts, also perfectly fine. You ask me. No betting going on here. You still have the top pair, open ender. Cool. That's not the one. Clearly not the card I was looking for. Lily. No. Du Maus. I'll stand over here, and it's not an interesting one. All right. So Lily says goodbye. And so do I. I'll be back on Friday. And I appreciate you spending some time with me, hanging out, keeping me some company tonight. Thanks for that. If you want, I'll see you on Friday in the afternoon for a study stream or in the evening for cash games and some serious MTT action. Head over to Jammy and see what he's up to. Probably more PLO on Run At Once, knowing Jammy. Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.